And welcome back. New TCAP scores are officially in, showing slight gains in reading for Memphis Shelby County schools, but proficiency rates still lag well behind the state average. All of this comes as talk of a possible state takeover continues to hang over the district, with lawmakers pushing for sweeping changes. So where does MSCS really stand and what really happens next? Former school board chair Dr. Althea Green is here to break it all down for us. Doctor, welcome back.
Hey,
glad to have you
so
here
much.
at
I'm
3 o'clock.
honored to be back.
My pleasure. How have you been doing?
I am good. You know, when I think about the recent TCAP scores that have come out, I think one of the things we have to be mindful of is last school year the district went through turbulence. And so when you think about uniform testing being removed, when you think of somehow some dismantling of the academic part, we didn't have summer learning programs, spring learning programs, fall break. And so when you think about all the resources that were not available, the real champions this year, they were principals, they were teachers, they were the people that were inside of the building, the instructional coaches, our students. They were able to still show gain, Alex, without having the resources.
But a lot of people will want to know, they will want me to ask you, but are our students making really significant gains? Are we seeing something to really make a difference?
Our students are making gains, but if we had the funding to put behind the resources that are needed, I think we could see better gains. So in other words, put your money where your mouth is.
So are you pointing that finger at what, state lawmakers,
I'm
county
pointing that
commission, or
finger
to whom?
at everybody, because educating our students should be the business of everybody, city, county, and state. And I think when we can get the funding part of that right and be able to provide the district with the funding so that the district can provide the schools with the resources, we all want at the end of the day what's best for children.
We know the state has a responsibility. We know the county has a responsibility. Is it time for the city of Memphis to get back into this game as well?
Absolutely,
But
it's
do you think
time
that'll
for the
happen?
city of Memphis. I am prayerful that we will get a mayor, and I think I love Mayor Paul Young, but I think when Mayor Paul Young, Mayor Lee Harris, and our interim superintendent and board commissioner, city council, when they all sit down at the table, I think they can get there, Alex, to realize they all play a part in educating our students. They are our community.
You spoke of the interim superintendent, Dr. Richmond. How would you assess how he's doing? And is he already being groomed, so to speak, to be the next superintendent? What are you hearing kind of behind the scenes?
I think right now he's the interim superintendent.
Okay.
I think the priority right now is to stabilize the district. And I think Dr. Richmond is doing an exceptional job in getting schools ready to open and putting people, our district is so large, and so with regional superintendents coming back so that they can focus on a certain part of the city, I think that's very valuable, bringing someone back, the interim chief of security. So I'm very I'm watching closely. So far I'm very impressed with his leadership. And I'm looking forward to the 2025-2026 school year, Alex, being exciting and rewarding.
So you talk about the size of MSCS. Well, what, right now more than, what, 110,000 students, if not a little bit more. Has it gotten too large? Do some of the schools maybe need to break away? Do you think that would be a concept, or are you hearing any buzz about that?
I'm always open for ideas. I'm always open for what can we do, and at the end of the day, that's best for students. You know, when the University of Memphis, you know, started their own school district, you know, I applauded them because they were level 5 schools, and I love that. So if it takes breaking up something in order to get what we want, I would entertain the idea.
What about, let's say, for example, Whitehaven, schools there, or one of the schools?
Oh, that's an excellent example.
Kind of pull. Would you be in favor of seeing that?
I've always kept my eye on the Whitehaven Empowerment Zone and the schools in Whitehaven, which have high test scores. Dr. Vincent Hunter is a very strong leader. And so, you know, we can talk about that, but I love that idea. Just know that I love that idea. Anything that we can do to support our students, support our parents, keep our students in our district, I'm all for that.
One last thing here, about a minute left. We're still hearing some buzz again that state lawmakers are still saying, we're not done yet looking at potentially taking over Memphis Shelby County Schools. What are your thoughts there? Are we moving in the right direction, or do we still see this coming and it's still looming over this district's head?
I think we need intervention as a district, so I'm going to continue to stand with that. But I'm standing behind, what does that look like, Alex? I agree that the state legislator and the school board members and superintendent, they need to sit down at the table together, because they need to talk about what that intervention looks like versus you're going to allow them to make decisions. And so we all need to talk about it, because when we all sit down at the table and we talk about it, we are going to make the best decisions for our students.
So what comes next for Dr. Althea Green, especially next year?
Dr. Althea Green is still busy in the community being a servant, and she will let you know by the end of the year what's next. But right now my focus is to do what I can to make sure that our students feel supported, our teachers, our administrators. And so even though I'm not sitting in a certain seat, I'm still in the community being the biggest cheerleaders for our district.
Now, you know, whatever decision is made, we need to talk about it right here first.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. You will be the first to know.
Dr. Althea Green, always good to see you.
Always good to see you, and shout out to Dr. Richmond and Memphis Shelby County School and the board. I'm excited about a new school year, and we're going to keep our eyes open, stay prayerful, and the best is yet to come, because greatness grows in Memphis Shelby County Schools.
All right. Thank you very much. All right, Jake, it's all on you.